to me.
Information, news, and entertainment on demand.
WSRadio.com.
Welcome to Kitchen Dough with Mary and Heather. I'm Mary Goulet.
And I'm Heather Ryder, and we are talking about the cottage food industry. And if you are familiar with the cottage food industry, you already know why we should be paying attention to this industry. And if you're just kind of like checking it out and not really quite sure what it is, cottage food is all about making food at home and being able to sell it. And it's really a revolution because in the last couple of years, states across the country have been passing cottage food laws for the first time, or at least improving their cottage food laws. So I honestly am under the belief that when nearly half of the states in the country enact a law, something's happening.
There's a movement.
It is a movement, and it's happening in home kitchens across the country. And I think people are demanding that this happen, and we have to stand up more. And like the Cook Alliance is great at advocating for, cottage food industry and micro enterprise home kitchens and stuff. So get involved and take a stand.
And it's very accessible. Like you can get a hold of Matt at Cook Alliance.
Yeah, he's
You know what I
great.
mean? Yeah. So there's an underlying passion that is in the foundation of the cottage food industry.
Yes, there is. It's the heart of the home kitchen is what that foundation is. And so we're going to give you 3 reasons. So even if you're in some other different kind of industry or you're just kind of checking this out for the first time, or we're going to give you 3 really good reasons. And even if you already know why you should be paying attention to the cottage food industry. And then number 1 reason I believe is because you don't get any more local than the home kitchen.
You're right.
And local business is the foundation of an economy.
It is. And if you're making money, I mean, the flexibility is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bonnie was saying, hey, if I get too many cookie orders, I just have to turn some away. So if you're a mom, want to stay home with your children, have a great recipe, you can decide, I can only do this while the kids are at school.
Right.
Or I only want to do it 2 days a week. Whatever you might want to do, you can design your lifestyle around it.
And great if your kids are in school and you're doing this as a side hustle while the kids are in school, because then sell those cookies to the other moms waiting on the corner to pick up their kids.
Right.
Take orders from those moms. Also about this industry, if you're just thinking about getting started, do not be overwhelmed by the bureaucracy.
The red tape.
The red tape. And it is there, for sure. It's there. And it can be overwhelming and it can stop people. But don't be deterred by it, because it is not as overwhelming. Once you get on the other side of it, you'll be like, oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought.
Just step by step.
Yes. Little baby steps. Do something today.
Yeah.
That moves you forward. Even if it's just one little small baby step.
Yes. And when our website goes live, right now we have a newsletter, and we want to profile you. We want other people to hear your story, because you'll inspire them to act on their story.
Yes.
And this show is about having you on air to share your story, and then we'll push it out in the newsletter.
Give the shout out about your business.
Definitely tell us the name of your business, how you started it, where's the thought that said, I want to do this. I want to look into this.
What are your obstacles and what are your joys?
Yeah.
So the number 1 reason why to pay attention to this cottage food industry was because it doesn't get any more local. Number 2 is everyone knows someone who is dreaming about this type of business, whether it's an aunt, an uncle, a sister, a mom, a dad.
And it's such a new industry. It doesn't have a lot of media attention around it. So we have to come together. Heather and I will be your media link through this show.
Yes. We're going to be the small business media link to the outside world.
Exactly. And we're going to educate the outside world that perhaps on their street, in their town, you are running a cottage food business that they could buy from you.
Well, yes, because they should be buying from you because it supports local people, which it brings me into the third reason why people need to pay attention to the cottage food industry is because it supports families and communities.
And everybody loves the story.
And everybody loves a story. And everybody loves a home-baked cookie. There's nothing better than a cookie that's made with real sugar and real butter.
Lots of butter.
And maybe it doesn't last as long as what's in the cookies on the shelves, in the packages.
Which is okay.
Which is okay. But we want people to buy the real cookies that are homemade.
Now, do you know someone that decorates cookies like crazy artwork?
Crazy artwork, yeah.
It's a good story. You buy from her.
I do. And we're going to get her on the show as well. It's to tell her story and how she grew it. And I mean, even the cookie that is in the store shelves. So you can dream big, even if you're starting small.
You can scale it, sure.
Tate's Cookies started with selling at a farm stand, roadside stand on the East Coast. And now Tate's Cookies are in every grocery store. Tate's Cookies is a huge cookie business, you know?
Yeah, and I think it comes down to lifestyle and what your big dream is. If you want to stay in your home kitchen, package for your local neighbors, school moms, whomever, that's the right answer.
Yes.
If you want to graduate to a farmer's market, commercial kitchen, roadside stand, that's the right answer. And then if you want to go full commercial into stores, that's the right answer.
We, in one of our previous episodes, we'll have to provide that link also. We spoke with somebody who he and a business partner, they started making cookies. A friend from college, I believe. And they were just on HSN, Home Shopping Network, or no, QVC.
QVC.
They were
that's
just
right.
on QVC with their cookies not that long ago.
You know, QVC has high standards for production and quantity.
And
they made it.
And here's the deal. Every home cook I know has high standards for their product.
For sure.
It's not their baked goods aren't being made in some R&D laboratory. You know, they have really high standards about what they put out because when you're buying from a cottage food person, they're putting their heart and soul out there as well. And their name and their reputation.
Exactly. And they know that there's probably going to be a little more scrutiny to make sure, okay, this is really clean, quality, tasty product.
Yes.
And if somebody says no, that crushes them. So they work extra hard to make sure it's perfect.
So I've been doing the donut business now for kind of a year, right? This is the other glimmer of hope in what I want to share with people, that most people out there that buy from you, and even if they don't buy from you, are so kind and so nice and so receiving. And all this time I've had really one grouchy person.
And what were they grouchy about?
Oh, you so grouchy.
Really?
Well, just because
Scary grouchy?
Scary grouchy. And because they were from, Hawaii, and they know malasadas, and they buy their malasadas from one particular person, and there's one particular store, and there's one particular ingredient that went into the malasadas that they buy. And I don't make my malasadas. Most people don't make their malasadas with that one particular ingredient. And she actually said to me,
Jeez, people.
she actually, super grouchy, she comes up and she looks and she goes, "What's that?"
What do you mean, what's that?
Well, okay, in California, you have to serve you can't get Li Hing. You can, but it's hard to get. And then you have to serve it with a Prop 65 warning. So some people roll malasadas in Li Hing sugar in the islands. It's super, super popular. It's delicious. It's a dried plum powder.
Okay.
And so you mix it with cane sugar and you do a Li Hing, you roll your donut in the Li Hing and sugar. Since I don't want to serve my donuts with a Prop 65 warning,
What What is the
And
65?
and because it's like causes cancer or something.
Oh, geez, Louise. Jeez.
So
Okay.
anyway, not to bring, but anyway. And it's hard to get. Can't get leaking in California, really. It's just difficult. So anyway, I'd use an organic dehydrated dragon fruit powder, and I mix it with cane sugar. So it's this really pretty pink color. So my donuts are this really pretty pink
Okay.
dragon fruit, and most people love it. This one woman, she looks at it and she goes, "What's that?" And I said, "Oh, that's my dragon fruit sugar." It's she goes, "That's disgusting." And then she said, and then she asked me if I made them with some like potato flour. I don't make my malasadas with potato flour. And I said, "No, I don't. I'm sorry." And she goes, "Well, you should be ashamed of yourself."
No way.
No, like seriously, in front of my son said that to me. And so she was from, she took pride in being from Hawaii, which,
But
one
when
of my
in
best
Rome,
friends
lady.
runs the malasada business on the Big Island. Like, I love, I'm Ohana on the Big Island.
Yeah.
She said this in front of Nolan, and she walked away, and I looked at Nolan and I said, "Now that's the aloha spirit."
Right? What did he say?
He just went, "Wow, she was grumpy." Like,
Yeah.
so, but here I'm taking all this time about
No,
one
but
person.
but this is real life.
But this is, and that's the point of the story is it is just one person
Out of
out
hundreds.
of hundreds, thousands of people who have passed my
Just
booth.
roll off a duck's back. Just
Don't
let
worry
them-
about people's criticism.
Right.
Most of the people are going to love you.
Yeah. Okay, you've been listening to Kitchen Dough with Mary and Heather. We'll be right back.